watching this, then most likely you or somebody that you care about is an athlete aspiring to be at a level greater than the one they are currently at. If you will watch this video for the next several minutes, then I'm going to outline for you exactly how we assess and create athletes from very young all the way up to the professional level. Before I get into the training methodologies though, it is of vital importance that you know exactly where the athlete fits into what is known as the performance pyramid. Okay, so now here's the thing about the performance pyramid is that each layer should build upon the previous layer to make the most elite athlete possible. Now the bottom layer of the pyramid is what we'll call functional movement, okay? So we'll just put functional movement. Now functional movement is made up of two things. It's made up of mobility and it's made up of stability. Mobility, very simply, is the athlete's ability to go through a certain range of motion. For example, if an athlete lacks proper ankle mobility, when the athlete squats, a lot of times we'll see maybe the heels will come up because the ankle isn't mobile enough, or we'll see that to get down they'll have to shoot the butt way back and kind of fall forward to squat instead of just being able to perform a proper squat. And the other thing that makes up functional movement is stability. Now stability is the ability to maintain proper posture through that range of motion. For example, a lot of times we'll see kids that have problems maintaining knee stability when they're lunging, or we'll see knee instability in a lot of, say, female soccer players when they change direction, where the knee does not have the proper angle when they're cutting off. So functional movement, the bottom base of the pyramid, mobility and stability. Right, so now I am certified in a system called the Functional Movement Screen, which may not look like much to the naked eye, but it speaks volumes about an athlete's mobility and stability, or their functional movement. What it is 7 foundational patterns that tell us which qualities the athlete has or doesn't have. And then what we do is we take that data, we interpret it, and we use it when we design the athletic training program. If you get nothing else from meeting me at all, come in and I will screen any athlete for free. It is absolutely worth its weight in gold to see the way your body can or cannot move through these functional patterns. Okay, so now the next block in our performance pyramid that we're building on our foundation of functional movement is functional performance. So we'll draw this block here. Again, I'll abbreviate FP, functional performance. What functional performance is, very simply, is does the athlete have sufficient power to be effective at their particular sport? Now, whenever I say power, the football guys always get very excited because they hit people, so they think that applies to them. And the soccer player maybe doesn't think it's as applicable. This is not the case. Power is simply just strength plus speed together. So anytime you run, jump, cut, dive, swing, punch, kick, anything of the athletic sort like that, it's power that makes you good at it. Very simply, the faster you apply more force into the ground, the faster you go. That's power. We have several diagnostics that we use here, just a few that we use frequently, and it does depend on the athlete's sport, but we like the 10-yard dash, we like the vertical jump, and we like the 20-yard shuttle. We feel that those 3 diagnostic tools give us a pretty good sense of where the athlete is at as far as their power generation. All right, and the last layer on our performance pyramid is what we call functional skill. Okay, so again, functional skill. Does the athlete have the ability to sink a putt or a free throw or hit a baseball? These are your more sport-specific activities. So this is our performance period. Functional movement, functional performance, functional skill. What's critical to note is that the athlete that by far has the greatest potential, while at the same time having the lowest risk for injury, is the one whose pyramid looks like this. They've got this solid foundation that it builds upon, almost having these little buffer zones as you go up for the athlete to build upon as they continue to train. I hope that makes sense. Okay, cool. So now you see the lens that we view the athlete through. Here are the components of building the efficient and effective athlete. The first one is pillar or core strengthening. A lot of people use the word core, so I'll use the word core so you know what I'm speaking about. We like to call it pillar here. The importance of the core cannot be understated. You'll see certain athletes run where the arms and legs should move around the core. The core should not move around the arms and legs. So if the pillar or the core is not stable, then energy is literally leaking out of the body as they're moving. So it will slow you down or it will injure you. So we put a high focus on our core stability and strengthening training here. The next phase of our program that we go right into is our movement preparation portion of the program. We do not like the term warm-up or even dynamic warm-up because what we do is so much more than that. Have you ever been able to be out in the field or be out in the court and you're playing your sport and you just felt that extra surge of being alert, you felt faster, you felt more on point, you were just on that day? Well, what we do is we incorporate certain mobility and stability movement patterns while activating the nervous system properly so we can recreate that being on feeling through not only our training sessions, but we teach you how to do this so you're doing it out in the field of play so you're always getting that result that you're looking for. All right, plyometric training. Okay, a lot of people use the word plyometrics. Plyometrics is where we make your body more elastic, more able to use the elastic energy that's in it to make you more explosive. For example, here's a simple test you can do right now at home. I want you to squat down and wait 3 seconds and then jump up as high as you can. And then I want you to literally go down and jump up as fast as you can. The second jump was higher now, wasn't it? Exactly, because your muscles and your tendons can be used like rubber bands to release energy to make you more explosive if trained properly. So what we do here is we use the proper progressions to first and foremost prevent injury, and then second of all, make you more explosive so that you can run faster, you can jump higher than you ever thought you possibly could do. Then we move on to movement skills. What's the best way to accelerate, decelerate, change direction? We break it down for you, and then we drill it so it becomes second nature when you're playing your sport. We also make high use of video analysis here. So we will literally film you sprinting, running, cutting, doing all these drills, and then we'll just bring you right over to the laptop, show you in slow motion exactly how you're executing it so that you can be that much more on point. We find it's a great learning tool for people to be able to see themselves in slow motion. Where is their foot striking? What type of posture are they really holding when they're running? Because sometimes look and feel are a lot different than reality. So we like to do that for movement skills. Okay, the next I want to talk about strength training and power training, okay? Strength training is of utmost importance for an athlete's performance without question. I mean, how fast can you really be if you can't even squat your own body weight, you know? So obviously strength is important. And then power training is the ability to take the strength that you've gained and be able to use that force quickly. I really feel confident saying as far as power training goes is that we have the most advanced methodologies that there are that we are using here with our athletes, bar none. I'm going to draw a little diagram so that you guys can see the importance of the relationship between strength and power. All right, so let's say that each athlete is a cup of water, a glass of water, all right? And so here is our glass, okay? And we'll say we got, this is an 8-ounce glass we've got here. This is our particular athlete we have there. Now, the glass is going to represent the strength of the athlete, and the water inside the glass is going to represent their power. So, what I can do with this athlete without really doing too much maximal strength work is I can make this athlete more powerful. I can use some of the methodologies that we use here, whether it be the Vertimax or Olympic lifting. You've seen some video clips that just flashed before you. And every time I do that, I'm filling this glass up with more and more water. So the athlete actually, when they are performing, becomes a lot more faster and more explosive. Okay? What happens after a while is we get to the top. We can't pour any more water in the glass. That's where maximal strength comes in. So if we're doing our strength training, now we can take this glass, and now we've got, we'll say, 12-ounce glass. Now I can continue to fill this glass up by water by doing our fast, explosive, loaded exercises or our power training to fill it up to continue to progress the athlete. So that's strength training and power training. The next component we have is energy systems development, or ESD. This is what a lot of coaches will commonly refer to as conditioning. Each sport has its own metabolic demands that it puts on the athlete. What we do is we assess your particular sport, and then we make your conditioning level set for that particular sport so that you are as fresh in the fourth quarter as you are in the first, or at least as fresh as you possibly can be. And then the last component we have is regeneration. Regeneration is of the utmost importance because, contrary to popular belief, doing all the strength and power training in the world actually does not make you stronger or faster. As a matter of fact, if you come and you train a whole session with me here, at the end of your session, I can guarantee you'll probably be slower and weaker. Strength and power training doesn't do it. Regeneration does. So what does your nutrition look like? Nutrition, I'll tell you right now, can make a good athlete great. It can make a great athlete good. It's that simple. Foam rolling, massage, cold plunges, hydrotherapy. These are adequate rest, sleep, naps. These are all things that we outline for our athletes to make sure that they're getting the optimal results from their program. Okay? So I hope that you have learned something from this. I hope that's opened your eyes, that you can start implementing some of these philosophies with some of the information that you've already had about training and make yourself a better athlete from here on out. What I would encourage you to do is, if you're not already on the website, is go to the website rawfitnessgym.com and sign up for our sport-specific newsletter. I'll be constantly coming out with new tips of new training methodologies, things that will fit into these buckets, these plyometrics, strength training, power training, different exercises that you can be applying. So I hope that you subscribe to it. I hope that you learn a lot from it. And thanks so much for watching this. We use the exact system that I was privileged enough to learn when I studied at the world-famous Athletes Performance in Arizona. They trained the first 4 picks in the 2012 NFL Draft and 14 first-rounders total. They also did the strength and conditioning program for the German national men's World Cup soccer team, among many others in every single sport. There is no better proven system in the world. So, if you are looking to be thrown into a big group and get marginally better, this is not for you. But if you're looking for life-changing, jaw-dropping results, then we welcome you with open arms. Please visit rawfitnessgym.com for more details.